I am your host, Travis the Hero. I am off camera, but on camera we have the icon, Jib, and the roaming cryptid, the mullet man, Roman.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, guys?
So, I brought you here. We recently, PWI's Top 500 came out.
Cool.
And we're going to react to the top 10. I know the list. I know the order. You guys might have seen who's number one. But we'll see. We'll just kind of go through it. Start with number 10. Actually, what do you guys, from what you know or don't know, what do you think of the list?
I've seen a little bit of the list. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't really. It's been tough to keep up.
I remember seeing it like once.
Yeah.
I know who's number one.
At least.
But other than that, I have no other idea.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody else but number one. True.
Yeah. It's a very unique list. Let's just kick it off at number 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only, a man whose name I wouldn't have expected because I'm not keeping track of this. Mystico.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mystico's number 10.
Mystico's been like having a resurgence. He especially on MLW. They introduced the middleweight championship, and he's been their champion. And he's been on a tear. He's been wrestling a lot of like guys, and I don't know what's different or what's changed, but he's doing really well in MLW.
Yeah. So what do you think, Roman?
I think it's an interesting choice. Like I've seen him when he's sewn up at like AEW events.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been wrestling on TV there. Yeah, he's been having some great matches.
Yeah.
He had one against Rocky Romero.
Ooh, that was probably a good match.
That was
probably
great
solid.
match.
Super solid.
So yeah, he's been killing it so far.
Nice.
So here's some facts. So as mentioned, MLW World Middleweight Champion. He defended the belt against Hiromu Takahashi, who was IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion at the time.
Forgot about that.
And tapped him out.
Yeah.
So big deal there.
That armbar, no?
Correct. La Mística is
Yep.
what he calls it. He also won the Opera Cup, which is MLW's like big tournament.
I don't know about that.
Yep. That's right before the list
Dropped. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then something really interesting I didn't know. He is also the it's a NWA title. It's called the World Historic Middleweight Champion. This man's held the title since August 21st of 2018.
Whoa.
Yeah. So here it says 2,223 days.
It's a lot of days.
More than Roman Reigns.
More than Roman Reigns. Exactly. So yeah, he's had a resurgence. I mean, he also beat Jericho recently too, in CMLL.
Oh yeah. They've been doing the whole cross promotion. It's been really nice.
Correct.
It's been really nice.
Number 9, Gunther.
Ah yes, Gunther.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy. I don't think Gunther can do wrong, man. He's kind of on that. He's kind of like hit that that streak or that groove, and man, he just has not stopped since, man.
Yeah, he just has been like keeps rising.
Yeah.
To the top. Like he had did the Continental title.
Yep.
And then what? He now has like the
World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
he beat Damian Priest for it. I mean, dude.
He's,
I think he put him back with Ludwig Kaiser. So I mean,
Here's something interesting too. Just kind of going off of it. He actually went down. He was number 4 last year.
oh, that's right. Oh yeah, because he was in that run, the IC title run. He hasn't even dropped it yet by the time this came out. Wow.
Yeah, because he just dropped it. But yeah, so
That's still not bad.
still not bad. He's still in top
10.
Two years in a row, top 10.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Number 8. We're kind of talking off camera a little bit, and I had mentioned who number 10 was, or lack thereof who was, and you were trying to guess.
I was trying to guess.
And you did the little shoulder swivel.
Uh-huh.
Number 8 is John Moxley.
Moxley.
Yeah.
Wasn't he higher last year?
Last year he was number 3.
Yeah, he was definitely higher. Okay. Honestly, I mean, wasn't he just recently come back to? Wasn't he injured? He was off camera for a while.
He was off camera for a while. I don't know if it was an injury or maybe he just was like taking a break or like
Fair.
But he's been doing a lot of outside stuff too, like with Bloodsport.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's true.
Bloodsport Bushido was insane. He was in the main event against Josh Barnett.
Ooh.
And that match is nuts. So
Nice.
if you haven't seen it. But yeah, Moxley's been doing a bunch of different stuff. He hasn't been on camera a whole lot, but
Right.
he has I mean, he's been doing stuff, you know. So that's the
He's been in the camera's eyes, but like I said, wrestling wise, not so much. I mean, maybe now that he's come back, maybe that'll change. Obviously.
And then number 7 is MJF.
What was he at last year?
He was actually he didn't go he went down, but not that far. He was number 6 last year.
Okay.
But again, still in the top 10, and he's also under 30.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's I mean, I guess
or
my
30,
opinion,
yeah.
he's one of AEW's like biggest draws. Like he's one of their big
I'd say
like
so,
marquee
for, like-
wrestlers for sure.
Yeah, he's always like he has that spotlight on.
Yeah,
him.
he's always in
He'll
that
come
prominent
in,
role.
he'll cut
Mhm.
like a huge promo, or he has a huge angle.
Yeah.
And he's had multiple titles there, so
Why not?
That's true. He has with the AEW World Heavyweight title, and then also
The tag.
the Ring of Honor tag title,
Yep.
The
Yeah,
US title.
US title.
Mhm.
which is like the international.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
international.
So he's definitely held different belts there.
The ring,
The ring, the
Yeah,
Dynamite ring.
the Dynamite ring.
I feel like he went down just because he took that time off for a bit.
Yeah,
so.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Not bad. Still not bad. I mean, honestly, under 30, that's an accomplishment.
Yep, exactly. Number 6, Damian Priest. So he
The
was on a
Boric-
tear.
The Boricua from
yeah,
New York, man.
Yeah. He
Wow.
was on a tear. He wasn't even on the list last year in the top 10. So
I mean, he came into 2024 with tag belts with Finn Balor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did
he
have
did.
So I mean, shoot, him being a champion to dropping them to eventually becoming world champion by cashing in the Money in the Bank, like he's been on a rise. Yeah, he dropped the belt, but I mean, in like progression wise, it's not a bad progression for Damian Priest.
yeah, I agree.
Honestly,
And just because we're getting into that halfway point, I just want to something I forgot to mention. The evaluation point for the list was August 1st of 2023 through July 31st of 2024.
interesting.
So
Okay.
pretty much from August to August.
Yeah. Beginning of August to the beginning of
So
August.
number 5, Naito. Naito's number 5.
Interesting. I kind of fell off of New Japan, so I don't really know too much.
So I fell off too, right, a little bit. He was
Wasn't he world champ? I think.
He was world champ. He dropped it at some point, from my understanding, and then regained it. And
Okay.
and then I think he's still currently champion.
Oh, he's
he's had a
okay.
pretty good run with it. And then did he win?
Happy to see him with the belt longer than I'm used to, but that's good. I'll take that.
So I know this year he didn't win the G1, but I want to say maybe he won it last year.
He got pinned. Who pinned him? Somebody pinned him at the G1 because he was champion in the G1. And they made like he's the one that ended up winning the.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Thank you.
Yeah, Zack Sabre
Thank you.
Jr. won the G1 this year.
Yeah. So but-
Surprisingly, not on the list.
Wow. Okay.
So, little spoiler for up ahead. So, I mean, got tranquilo. There we go.
Tranquilo. There you go.
Number 4. This was, I mean, it's not a huge drop, but comparatively, number 4 is Seth Rollins, who was number 1 last year. But still a significant drop. But at the same time, like, you can't, fault him for it.
He's in a good spot where like he's so well known and well established that he doesn't need the belt.
That's true.
And he lost the belt, yes, but he was their inaugural champion too. Which, hey,
And he held it for almost a year.
yeah, good bit.
Yeah.
Good bit for sure.
So,
For sure.
good on him. Roman, thoughts on Rollins?
I like him. I like how like he presents himself, and he just keeps like reinventing himself too. Went from like the Shield to what he is now.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
know,
The visionary.
The architect to the visionary.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Crazy.
he's doing a lot of good work.
That man loves corn on the cob.
Sure. I mean, he is from Iowa. So.
I saw him in that video where we all eat and we all have to die.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I love corn.
I did not watch that video.
I did. It's good
So,
stuff.
Shout out to that video.
Yeah.
Next up, number 3. Here's the really like crazy part is the top 3. So number 3 is a fan favorite. I know Roman really likes him. I know you like him. I love him, and that is Will Ospreay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that guy's really turning into a really like mainstay and like making his own spot in AEW where he's kind of like molding it to his own spot, and he's just like he's another star that I'm just like, okay, I think he's getting to that position kind of where MJF is. I mean, he still has a little way to go. Obviously, he hasn't been there long enough as MJF has, but oh man, I can't wait to see more Ospreay.
Yeah, every like match he's had,
Yes.
every like since joining has just been like a great match.
Amazing.
And then holding that getting a title,
Mhm.
you know, when he did.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's really just carving himself in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And he has been for a while, but he's really like, I would say, solidified himself in like being able to do whatever he can, whatever he wants, to just being one of the best to ever do it.
Dude.
There's not many people that like they're good. They're a good wrestler in WWE. They're a good wrestler in AEW. They're a good wrestler in Japan. But there's not many people that are just solely 100% pure, like just a good wrestler
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, and then they had that match for him against Brian.
yes, he's
So that was
yeah,
the whole
that
point of
was-
that match. They were just like, no, I'm better. You know?
Yeah,
So.
that was.
yeah. And again, so another fun fact is the top three, or actually number 3, Will Ospreay, and number 2 weren't on the top 10 last year. The only person that was number 1, and they were 10 last
Wow.
year. So they had a big jump. But number 2 is the man, Swerve Strickland.
Of course.
Oh,
Dude,
He's having a year.
him
he-
and that fucking freaking Adam Page.
yeah.
I
I mean,
love I love
So you follow AW more, Roman.
I do.
I really like. So I started noticing more at what was it World's End that he won the
World's
title?
End, yeah,
Yeah,
against Joe.
Joe. Yeah. So it's like from what was it? What was that December? Right.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah. So from December till now, he went from being off the top 10 to being number 2. So that like, what was he doing before? Do you
that
remember?
mogul embassy stuff.
So he was doing that, but like even what he
Because
was
before
doing-
that, he was with Keith Lee. He had that whole
They
storyline
had
with
that, like,
Keith
the tag
Lee,
team.
the
They
tag
had won
team,
the
Swerve in Our
titles.
Glory.
and they had won the tag team titles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So,
had it. They had
um,
won the tag belts
Yeah, I think he was doing that. He did what Mogul Embassy. They have Brian Cage.
with
and
Brian
everyone.
Cage.
which
yeah.
I think they're still kind of like here and there, but recently
They
they're, like,
renamed them. They're not the mogul embassy anymore.
Yeah, there's something
Yeah,
else
Yeah.
so from what I'm aware with that, they're not associated with Swerve anymore.
anymore.
No.
So
No.
they're because I know
Quietly,
they're,
they
I know
did that,
Brian
yeah.
Cage and like the
Gates
Gates
of
of Agony.
Agony.
Gates
have
of
that,
Agony.
like, trios.
I think they're
sometimes.
the Cage of Agony
Yeah,
or
so
something
they're
like
all
that.
together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Swerve really like did work.
Yeah.
A
Did
full
work.
a full 180. Honestly, and then with Prince Nana, I love it.
I love that.
Yeah,
So
it's
entertaining.
just that the contrast between the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
because Swerve is so serious and Nana's just getting it the whole time doing the entrance.
Yeah.
Freaking
And-
love it.
On a side note, I believe, and we're gonna fact check this.
Fact check.
Is I think Prince Nana was number 1 for managers.
Oh, dope.
This year, which I don't know if they've done managers before, but yeah, he was.
Shoot, he's meme worthy. I swear when I drive.
Yeah, Prince Nana was ranked number 1 for 2024 in managers.
Dope.
So you got the number 1 and the number 2.
Dope.
That's
Dope.
crazy.
These guys are on top of the world.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Yeah, and then here we go. One of the biggest jumps.
Ooh.
Number 1, who was in 2023 was number 10. We have Cody Rhodes.
Finish the
course.
story.
He finished the story.
Finish the
He did
story,
it.
man. Freaking jeez.
And like that
Wow.
whole like match, those 2 matches both nights were crazy.
Yeah, how many people can say they main evented WrestleMania twice in the same year?
Yeah, you made my mama cry the day you won the belt. My
Yeah.
mama cried, like happy cry,
Yeah,
dude. It was crazy.
it's so insane. And then again, SummerSlam he had a really good match last year
Mm.
with
Was
that
it Brock?
Brock? Yeah,
That was Brock.
That was with
Wow.
Brock. And then
Felt like so long ago.
he's really accomplished a lot. Like I think during that time he was also tag champs, wasn't he? With Jay, that was during that time period.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh,
they did win the
actually,
titles, right?
yeah. Do you feel him, sir? Yeah.
Yes. that was the after. Yeah.
So he finished the story. He won the tag gold. He won the Rumble twice.
Yeah, in a row.
Yeah, twice in a row. Like that's insane.
That's cool.
So
That's
now,
cool.
now we'll
Wow.
see what'll come out of it.
Yeah.
So perfect. Who? Any thoughts? Any like people you guys think should have been in the top 10?
That's tough because there's a lot of people I think. I mean, have done like stuff recently or like are currently doing that. Maybe they've been like are
Maybe
close,
they would have been bumped.
bumped
Yeah.
a little bit more, or I don't. It's.
I mean,
there's a
Bryan
lot.
Danielson will probably have to be thrown out of that list now that he's world champion, right?
Yeah, and then now that like this is like his last like
Swan song.
Yeah, so he's gonna have some crazy matches. I
Oh,
know that.
it's gonna be ridiculous with him. So I know him for a fact. Shoot, Gunther's world champion right now. Shoot, I'll even. Ethan Page probably wouldn't be up there, but I've been watching a lot of NXT recently, and
I mean,
he's
Ethan Page is good. Like
he's,
I like
he's
him.
their NXT champion. He's
Yeah.
feuding with like Joe Hendry, feuding with Trick Williams.
Yeah, which
like
is-
he's kind of reinventing himself, kind of re-showing himself to the people. Be like, hey, this is me.
He's reestablishing
Yeah.
who he is.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I'll give him an honorable mention.
Okay, nice. The only person I think that I feel like should have been on the list on the top 10, even if it was on the lower half, was Zack Sabre Jr. Because he won the G1 during that time at Russell. He had the tournament that for the New Japan Television title.
Yeah.
And then he held that for a long time.
He did.
And he has held it twice now.
So he's 2-time. I remember seeing him in the first reign. I don't think I remember seeing him in the second reign.
He lost it briefly. I can't remember to who. Oh, Matt Riddle.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Or Jeff Cobb. One of the two.
Oh, okay.
And then
I think it was Jeff Cobb. I remember seeing
Okay.
Jeff Cobb with it.
And then he eventually won it back.
Cool.
Any thoughts or predictions on who will be in the top 10 next year?
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
I think it will be Darby Allin.
Ooh,
'Cause
Smarmy Smallin.
Yeah, Smarmy Smallin. I don't
He's
know.
a good pick.
He has a lot of good matches. He has like big storyline coming up here soon. So
And he's so relatable.
yeah,
People relate
He's
to him.
real. He's real about
Yeah.
what he does and how he is.
He'd be a
who he
good
is.
one. Who else would I probably think?
I mean, I agree with Darby.
Darby's a good pick.
Darby's a good pick. I can see Ethan Page being like, maybe not like number one.
No.
I can
Yeah,
see him
but
in the top
like
10.
in the top 10.
Shoot, I could see him. I could honestly see Mello. Carmelo
Yeah.
Hayes. Dude, I love Trick Williams right now.
He was so good.
Whoop that trick.
I guess right now, who's Intercontinental Champion right now?
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
He's gonna face Jey Uso for the belt next
I
week.
think like depending on how this goes for him, like
Yeah.
he could be up there.
And LA Knight could be up there. He's
Yeah.
U.S. champion right now.
Yes.
He's facing Andrade for that belt.
That's
He is facing
That's gonna
Andrade.
be- that's
That's
gonna
gonna be a
be a
crazy
good
match.
match.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, we'll see. Honestly, I do like it. I can actually see him being number one.
dude,
next
you
year.
could put the belt on him tomorrow, and I'd believe him.
Yeah.
I believe
it's a real throw up for like this next year because like Danielson's gonna probably be up there,
Yeah.
so that's But Ospreay at number one, I could see that.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
could
a-
see Osprey. Shoot, I could see Swerve even going and getting
Yeah.
that extra bump just
Yeah.
up there.
So we'll see where everything goes.
And kind of like speaking on Swerve had that whole thing where again in a couple months he became AEW champion and really went on this run.
Mm-hmm.
Next year's John Cena's final year, and
Ah.
so he at the beginning of the year you have Royal Rumble, and then you have WrestleMania, and then in this time frame you could potentially have Money in the Bank, and then you have
Clash at the Castle. Even.
Clash at the Castle, but you also potentially have SummerSlam, and so
Or at least announced.
Cena has a lot of big events.
True.
That he could do a lot in. So Cena, I believe, is one of two people to be. He's tied currently for the most
Number one spots.
number one spots.
Yeah.
So could he potentially be number one next year?
I could see it.
We could potentially see it.
That'd be cool.
So, all right. Well, that's the list. Those are our thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still off camera, but I'll let one of you two do the outro.
Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, mothersuckers, if that check bounces, so do you.
Okay, bye.